Yo, yo, yo!
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to round 6 of the South Coast GT 2017. As you can probably see, we both look really infused and excited and full of beans at this time.
We are tired.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend, and this is the most stressful round, so we're doing this really quick and showing you guys what's going on before we get on with making sure that everybody gets the right results and we end up giving out the trophies to the right people, which is always a scary moment. So let's go and do it. I want to go and have a walk around. I don't know if you guys have seen what's behind us. This is the let's say the guys that are doing less well in here, and it's not too bad because it's nice and quiet. When the sun's out, it's lovely and bright, and you've got the bar right next to you, which for some people is a real bonus. So,
this is the nice place to play.
Yeah. And when everybody wants to play little practice games and things at night, this is often the way that they'll.
We should actually rename this. We should call the main hall Dan's room.
Yeah.
And we call this Wayne's room.
Yeah. The Wayne Memorial Hall or something like that. That'd be quite
You
cool.
made it sound like I died.
That's true. Well, when you do, I'll run on it for you. You're pretty old. Right. Okay. Anyway, let's go.
Right. Hey.
So this is the final room as we're walking through. Some great armies in here. All the games actually. It doesn't matter whereabouts in the building they are. Have been quite good, haven't they?
Yeah, it's. I know we keep talking about it, but the paint stand is so good. It just makes it a joy really going around the hall.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, it's it's just loads to see, and there's loads to keep missing as well. Like even did the paint marking. So went through all the armies, did the paint marking, and I'm still seeing stuff I just didn't see before.
No, there's good stuff, and the terrain as well. We've got to pick a best winner, of course, for best terrain.
We haven't actually done that. We're running out of time. We've got to pick, and we've got
Best
two
time
terrain.
to look, right?
Yeah, 2 terrain trophies. We've got to pick that. So.
Good old look at these. Doesn't need much when it looks that beautiful, does it? So
here we are into the main hall.
There goes Steve Wren rocking his 4 Zinch guys in beautiful terrain. Got another Sylvaneth player without the woods on the woods, which makes me very sad. They've got them in the boxes, and they keep telling me it's more efficient not to put them on.
And then you've got a real hobby hero over there who's glued his trees onto the bases.
Yeah, he has. And doesn't it look better with the trees on those bases? So,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, the games, I can't help but think they just look great this weekend with the mats that a lot of the tables have got. And then you've got the terrain on there as well. It's come out really, really well. As we pan by somebody else who actually isn't a Sylvaneth player, but doesn't have a lot of woods on the board, so doesn't have the trees on. So some people obviously have a bit of a dislike for trees.
I think it's just like the whole process when you're gaming, where they just think it's just easier to play without them. I know you don't agree with that, Dan, but
no.
Judging by the amount of trees that haven't been put on the bases, I'm thinking that's a general consensus.
I think I'm wrong, right? Yeah. So there we go. So that's our man Dave playing with his 4 Beast Destruction. There's another. So one very common theme is a couple of lists we're going to talk about in a moment, but we can see him action on both these tables back to back. You've got 2. This one's actually looks fairly tame, but there's 2 Beast Destruction, presumably a Cunning Ruck, which is the Bone Splitters formation, playing against 2 or 3 Beasts. That's actually a bit more mixed, in fairness, but it's still Moon Clan and Beasts. Then on the table behind, we have got what I call the more cookie cutter net list, which is the 4 Beasts and Moon Clan. This is Dave, who's actually one of our club mates, the Shame, who's running the filth. So I guess it's a corn list. So this should be interesting.
He's comfortable with it though.
Yeah, he's happy. He's no shame. Yeah. No, Dave's list, the Shame.
Yeah, Dave.
Nothing wrong with the corn. We like the corn. I don't think anybody's ever complained about corn.
No.
So, and then as we come down, you can see this is where the sharp end is now in turn 6, and we're onto the top tables. The one to the right of us here is table.
More Beast Destruction and Cunning Ruck.
Yeah. Versus a mixed order, which is a really good list. You've got a lot of shooting. Skink Line, and then some Waywatcher Nobles. It's one of the lists that won Sheffield. If you've listened to the podcast at heelanhammer.com and listens to the Sheffield show, it's the same list, I think. And then on this table, we're going to talk about them in a minute, but we've got a Disciples of Zinch list versus, again, that same Destruction list we've seen multiple times on the walk down, which is Beasts and then a Cunning Ruck. And then actually, to the right of us, we've got, I'm going to surprise you and say, Beasts and a Cunning Ruck. It's a little bit of a theme.
Playing death.
Kind of, yeah. Playing against death. So Tony's our hobby hero at the moment on this walkthrough because he's got something other than that. And then if we really went down another table, I'm going to have to say it again, it's 4 Beast Destruction. There's no Cunning Ruck on this one, but it's the Moon Clan equivalent where we've got Fanatics and things in play. Versus Bloodbound, or Chaos equivalent. Although, looking at the amount of models he's taken off this early, we'll find out how that's going to go for him. He doesn't look particularly chilled, does Terry, on the way that's going. So you can see there's certainly a theme that's appearing on these lists. So, and I think that overall, Wayne, so the top 10's been an interesting little look. So we've got on the side of us here, table 1 that's going on, and we've got Joe and we've got Alex, who are both playing Zinch. They're on the Warhammer stream right now, twitch.tv/Warhammer. If you're a subscriber, you can watch that back. And that's a mix. Obviously, there's a lot of Zinch in there, but actually, it's all the best components. We talked about this on an earlier show. You've got the Skyfires, but you've also got Storm Fiends, a Bloodletter bomb, as it's known, with Sail the Faithless, and some core. Playing 27 Skyfires. Again, you would have seen these on stream earlier. That's a very extreme list, and it'd be interesting to see. When you got 2 extreme lists playing against each other, sometimes that's a really, really good game. So I'm hoping that that's going to turn out to be a cracking game. And I bet there's some tactical points. We've got fellow organiser Russ Veal, #1 UK player, commentating on the game. 2 hard lists on table 1, player 2 solids.
Whatever happens on that game, they can't complain about each other's lists.
No, that's true. They can't.
I'm sure they will, but they shouldn't do.
So we've got that, and then on 2 further down, we've got down here. So again, I wouldn't have said these guys. What's got to be remembered about some of these games as well is that the guys that are up here have played through multiple editions of Warhammer. In fairness, Alex, who's on table 1, hasn't, but he's come from a 40k background, a very competitive 40k that translates quite well. He's ended up being on table 1 in the last game. He's won Sheffield. I think he might have even won another tournament in the meantime this year. So he's obviously a pedigree. Joe's been at a lot of tournaments and doing quite solid for himself on there. And then in this run right at the end, we've got Mark Wildman, who's won tournaments before, is solid, really good player, played on Team England in the previous life, as we knew it in fantasy, playing Sedge, previous winner of the South Coast GT on this table. So it's a really, again, it's a Zinch off, slightly different lists, but really good. So that both lovely painted as well, really nice board. And then on to 3, we've got Chris and Dan. Again, it's Zinch, Disciples of Zinch, but it's playing pretty much an all-Khorne army, but he had to have a couple of bits that he wanted. I think he went Chaos for the Allegiance abilities, actually, in this particular case. So I think his list was already down before he came to the event, maybe. So you can see there's a real theme there in the top ones. We've got a lot of Beast Destruction, but we've also got a high amount of Zinch.
Zinch at the moment are rising to the top, because you can see them on the the very top, and then just below that, then we've got all the Beast Destruction. So they are the standout list. There's no hiding away from that. But hopefully, as the next books come out, it'll all change again. The meta changes very quickly. Yeah,
possibly General's Handbook 2, whenever that gets released. We've got that to throw in the mix. And all the new books that are coming out, with the release rate of the books changes the meta. And also, people will go back and design lists that deal with these things and play against them. I do think there's a little bit of new army syndrome. This is the first real big outing for Zinch. And a lot of the pros, the tournament guys that normally turn out with a list that's designed to win the event, are using that book. And I don't, and
you've also got the element of, have you played much against?
I think it's massively against that. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played against it.
We haven't got it down our local club, and we've got a really big club, so I think that's big. But the other thing is that these guys, it's very sometimes easy to go, oh, well, that's the best list, so I'll just take that and win. But as we've done the walk round, all these guys in the top 3 tables, maybe a couple aside, have got a pedigree for winning tournaments and have previously won tournaments before. So it's not a case of they've picked a net list, or picked the obvious list and come on one with no skill. They know how to use it, and they're playing hard to play well with it. So it's just led to a really interesting game. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the stream finishes for you guys watching that at home, if you're watching it live. And if you're not, go back and have a look and get the full commentary from Russ. I'm sure that's going to be brilliant. So Wayne, I suppose finally, have you had a good time?
Yes, always do. It's great. It's tiring, obviously, because our experience for the tournament is very different to the gamers. But yeah, it's been awesome. It's been we had no issues, no rules queries as such that weren't easily sorted out. We certainly had no arguments. We've had no falling out with players. The experience with AOS compared to old fantasy is just night and day. When you're running a tournament, it's so much better. If you want to run a tournament, just go ahead and do it. You're like AOS, it's a dream compared to the old. It's easy. Say it's easy. You got to put the work in. You got to know what you're doing.
You get to look like us.
Yeah.
After a while. That doesn't encourage you. What else will?
It's been worth it, and obviously we hopefully going bigger and better next year as well. Keep building.
10th year. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure you check out heelanhammer.com for the podcast coverage. There'll be facehammer.com, which is Russ's podcast. They'll have coverage. There's a few guys from that podcast playing and doing well in this event as we're speaking at the moment, and I think a couple of them have had a real good time on the painting competition as well. So from all that coverage from us, and then make sure you check it out. Obviously you're watching YouTube, but Instagram, Heelan Hammer, and Facebook, South Coast GT, and also Heelan Hammer will get you there. So that's it. Wayne, it's been a pleasure as always. Thanks for watching.
We're done.
See you later.